Let's talk about the YakAttack Blackpak Pro. In all honesty, it's an expensive box, but is it worth it? Here are my pros and cons. Let's start with the cons. Obviously, it's an expensive box. It was like 150 bucks or something. Granted, it comes in really durable plastic. I can stand on this thing, no problem. I don't have any concerns of it breaking. It's very well built, but that's also because I had to build it. When it came to me, it was in a pretty flat box, and I actually had to construct it together. So for 150 bucks, I also had to put it together. It kind of felt like IKEA, except that it was a lot more expensive. Those are really the only two cons, is the price, and if you're not handy and you don't like putting stuff together, then you shouldn't get this. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. It wasn't difficult to put together. It was just a little bit time consuming because there are a ton of screws on each side that you have to put in, and then you have to configure and line everything up just right. You have to install everything. Hinges, the latches, the rod holders, onto the pros. This holds all of my fishing tackle that I need for the day, whether I'm crappie fishing, bass fishing, cat fishing. I went on float trips with this recently, didn't have a problem. I was able to keep all my fishing tackle plus a camera, and I still have space left over in case I want to throw some snacks in there or safety equipment like extra whistles, whatever. It all fits in here. Now, as I mentioned, this is the 16 by 16. There is a smaller 13 by 13, I believe is what it is. I know I wouldn't be able to cram everything into that 13 by 13 that I need to, which is why I went bigger, but it might not fit in your kayak if you get the bigger one. So you need to make sure that you've got that space in your kayak before buying this bigger box. The biggest pro that I think comes out of this is load time. Before, I was taking all my boxes out, putting them in, putting them out, and it was really tedious. It took too long at the boat ramp. This solved that problem. It's all in one place. Grab it, throw it in the kayak, and go. I've been surprised at how quiet this box is. So when I'm fishing, I like to be quiet, and every now and then, I'll just drop something or drop the lid, and it's not as loud as you would expect. That's partly because I installed the rubber dampeners, which they suggest that you do, on the very bottom and as well as on the lid, so that helps. I've had YakAttack rod holders in the past, and I like them, but these are a little bit different. They actually have a little keeper, I guess is what you would call it, and it just hooks on the rod, and so if you hook into anything, your rod hopefully isn't going anywhere. Now, I have yet to lose a rod, but on one occasion I almost did, and I didn't have this style of rod holder, and I think had I had this style, it wouldn't have even been any close where I actually had a rod fall into the water. Thank goodness it was attached to my lure and I was able to bring it back to me. Had I had these, wouldn't have had that happen. Last thing I really like about it is how easy it is to pick up because of these handles. They're solid handles. I have yet to have any issues with them at all, but they make a nice grip where you can pick it up, and they're still low enough profile where they don't just get all in the way and be obnoxious. So that's the YakAttack Blackpak Pro. I really recommend it if you've got the budget for it. There's other options out there on the market that are less expensive. I have yet to test them out, so I can't say they're better or worse. But as far as this goes, and I don't think I'll go back or change anytime soon, another product that YakAttack made that I absolutely do not go fishing without anymore is the parking pole. It has changed the way I fish. You can find that video right here where I explain what I love about it so much. I'll see you there.